because I know you said you have an early session and then what, after school sessions?
So I go 5 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m.
Okay, I like that. 5 a.m., 2 p.m. Who comes to your 2 p.m. sessions?
My high school kids that like graduate that leave early. So pretty much here in Ohio, we have early release and late arrival. So some of my seniors, some of my juniors get out of
Uh-huh.
school at noon. So like some of my track athletes can actually come to my 2 p.m. session and still go to track practice.
Oh, that's perfect.
So being able to do that, this is my first year doing it. Typically, I just went 5 a.m. and 5 p.m., but adding that 2 p.m., I'm able to get 5 to 7 kids.
Yeah, that's perfect. So 5 a.m. to is it 5 a.m.? That's athletes, right? That's not like adults. That's athletes, right?
Pure athletes. I don't do any like adult trainings.
Uh-huh.
I haven't dove into that. I don't think I ever will. I
Yeah.
don't like boot camp stuff. I don't think I have I'm not nice enough, if that makes sense.
You'd want to lay down the law.
But we're trying to work. We're trying to work for a goal. Especially now being in high school, especially with sports now, like you're behind the eight ball when it comes to um getting to college. So really just being able to just work with kids. I think that's where my wheelhouse is. So the youngest kid I have is 5. Oldest I have are pro athletes. So
Uh-huh.
I'm in that range right now. I'm definitely getting into the pro space now. Looking to get more into that, just depending on how things go. But as everything is going well right now.
No, that's amazing. Because you're doing both. I guess would because I think this would be awesome for obviously like people to hear is like literally talk about your history with like Tony right from the beginning, XP, and then
Yeah.
obviously like moving on from that.
So I met Tony through my uncle, who was Chris Carter. So
Uh-huh.
um, after I left Toledo, I got signed by the Falcons. Ended up getting cut. Ended up going back to school to graduate from Toledo. After that, I went and played in the Arena League. After the Arena League, I went up to Canada, got cut from Canada. After Canada, got signed by the Dolphins.
Mhm.
So after I got cut by the Dolphins and I went back up to Canada, I went to my uncle. It was like 2014. Like, so I played on, I think, 6 different teams in like 2 year, like year and a half, played in 2 different countries, 3 different leagues. So I was literally like bouncing all over the place. So I
Yeah.
had no problem making a team and getting a contract, but it was just like
Mhm.
making the team. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't like stick somewhere. So went up to my uncle and was just like, "Look, I need your help. Like, this is what's going on." He goes, "All right." So he moved me to Boca, moved me in with his son Duran, who's my cousin,
Mhm.
and literally introduced me to Tony. And that opened my whole world to everything. So my first couple days, I'm in the gym with the Pouncey twins, Jacoby Ford, Stefan Gilmore, just a bunch of like notable people. Trey Mason's coming in out there, running back from Auburn. So I'm like, oh, and this kind of opened up my eyes to what one speed and agility is, but also
Mhm.
change of direction, also everything. So my first couple years, like 2014 to 2016, like I was within the gym. Like the CFL season ended in November. I was in the gym with Anquan Bolden in the beginning. Like I would train with the pro day guys, his combine guys. Like I
Yeah.
would work out with him just because I had a 6 month off season. I'm in South Florida. I have nothing to do. Why not go train and then just go chill by the beach? So literally as I'm getting like into the program, I was always naturally fast and I always thought I ran good routes until I
Mhm.
got with Tony and I realized I wasn't running correctly. I was really just muscling everything just off of pure genetics,
Yeah.
really, athleticism. And then when it came to route running and playing receiver, I thought I knew stuff. And then I had my uncle almost had me in tears, like on a football field, like just like, oh, this is what it is. So being able to be around that and train with some of those players was like, oh. And then I would always see a guy come and train with Tony, get paid, and then they would never come back.
Yeah.
And then when they finally needed them, they would come back. It's just like,
Mhm.
I'd seen this man get a lot of people paid. I've seen a lot of people that you would think would not make NFL rosters
Mhm.
end up being high draft picks and getting paid a lot of money. So I started like paying attention. And then after my full first offseason working out with Tony, I led the league and led the CFL, led the CFL in touchdowns the year after. And I was like, oh, this works.
Yeah.
So pretty much what I started doing was, I don't think he knew, is like I would start writing down workouts, just like paying attention to what we're doing, really detailed, because I'm a very detail oriented person.
Um,
And if something works, I'm diving in.
for sure.
So I would just start keeping notes so I could do this stuff during the season, like
Yeah.
learning my gear twos, my gear threes, knowing this, because I would get to like training camp and I would be rolling. And I'm like, yo, like people are like, man, what have you been doing? Da, da, da. It was just like, I kept it a secret. Like back then, you ain't tell people what you were doing. You just had.
Yeah.
So literally from 2014 to till I retired, which was 2021, I was working with Tony, just working out with him every off season. Like I even lived in Canada for 3 of those. Like during the season, I would come 2 months down to Florida and just work with him because I just seen it work. So I'm kind of like, I didn't go to school for this. I just saw how it worked and kind of just applied, like, okay, this is what we need to learn, because I feel like, yeah, like as an athlete, we can process information and then we can take the information that we learned and then put it out there. But then can we teach it? Because if you can teach it, then you actually know what you're talking about.
For sure.
And
For
like
sure.
I said, man, I've seen it work with so many athletes. I was like, why wouldn't I be doing this? Like, why not? So pretty much after I got done playing, I thought I wanted to go into coaching. I thought I wanted to do something, and kind of training fell into my lap because I'm here in Columbus, Ohio,
Mhm.
and there's some trainers here that are charging an arm and a leg for training, but I'm looking at their training and I'm like, they're not teaching anything. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like Tony knows everything, but he knows a lot and he has a lot of results. And in our business, we are ROI, which is a return on investment. So it's all
Mhm.
about results. It's all
For sure.
about, like, you're not doing it unless you're trying to get results and trying to better the athlete. So I just take the best results, and I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, man, they're doing it wrong. And not
Mhm.
only are you doing it wrong, you're charging someone an arm and a leg for no results. And then the results you are getting, you're getting the genetic freaks that,
Yeah.
like, yeah, we've all had them. Like, where you get a kid that you're like, oh, all I got to do is, I've got a brand new Mercedes. All I got to do is tint the windows out. That's all I
Uh,
have to do. Maybe put some rims on it.
yeah.
That's all I have to do. Like, we get those, but like, even those, like, I see the kids that you're doing overspeed with getting injured in college, and not like, so you see, like, you just see it and it's just like, we don't, that's not why we got into it. Like, that's not what it is.
Mhm.
And you see it all over the place, or like the Instagram reels and all this and that, and you're just like, ah. So I kind of started, I was with one of my coaches that I used to train with here in Columbus. He had a bunch of high school and college kids. It was during COVID. CFL canceled the season. I was like, Chuck, let me like let me train your kids. And he was like, what,
Mhm.
Kenny? I was like, bro, just trust me. And literally instant results. So I was like, oh, I kind of like this. Like, you take a kid, doesn't know anything, you kind of build them up. So in 2020 is kind of when I started training, like actual training. Um, and then went back up to Canada in 2021 after that season, decided not to go back up, and kind of just dove head first into training and been training since 2021 and been probably got over 100 kids. I've trained multiple teams. Yeah, and like I said, I'm in colleges now. Like I said, you got to see one of my kids I've trained since a
Yeah.
sophomore down in Florida. That was one of my kids. That once again he already had the engine. I just had to tint the windows out, just make sure he
Mhm.
knew everything. But it's honestly been that transition to where it's been kind of like it just like was like put in my lap because of what I've known. And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't, if one, of who my uncle was, because my uncle and Tony are like this, because Tony
Mhm.
worked with my uncle. Well, my uncle had like a fast carter down in
Yeah.
Boca. Tony and Matt worked with under my uncle. So I met Tony when I was 15. So I've always known him, and then now like truly like working with him, and now like being able to like him kind of like mentoring me in a sense. It's kind of cool, like full circle that I didn't expect to do this. I expected to be, and like using my degree in communications, probably on radio, doing broadcasting, something like that, just to stay around the game. But now I'm staying around the game, and now my wife, she looks at me, she goes, "You get more excited when a kid gets a Division 1 offer than when you scored a touchdown." And I was like, okay, now I'm in the right
That's
space.
amazing.
So now we're just full diving in and just kind of like I want to be the biggest, like I said, biggest speed and agility trainer in Ohio. So that's the goal because I don't
That's
want to
amazing.
leave Columbus. I love Columbus. I love raising my family here.
Uh-huh.
From here, my name is good here. So kind of just trying to carve that out because I'm new in this space, as you would say. I'm 4 or 5 years in. So to some people that's new. So some people are like, yeah, I've heard about your name, nothing but good sayings. So let's try it out. And my retention rate is probably like close to like 97, 98%. Once I get a kid, they don't leave and go to another facility. Now, we always have multiple trainers where, we want to go here for our speed and here for our footwork. But if you're coming to see me, you really don't leave.
That's amazing. It's also the story is amazing too, how like literally it happens so organically, and you can obviously just tell just how passionate you are
Yeah.
about not only, football, about speed training, but more importantly about like actually helping these kids. It's awesome.
Oh, because I mean, if you think about it, I think about it like in my space. Like I'm like, man, if I had a coach Kenny at 15, I tell my kids all the time, bro, if I had like Tony like in my life, like since like 15, like training with him year in, year out, getting the knowledge, the pros out like he puts you around and all that. I was like, I'll still be playing at 36. I'll be in the NFL. You wouldn't know who I am right now if I like. So I'm trying to get like kids to see that early,
Yeah.
but also it's like me being an athlete and me transitioning make them realize the work you're putting in like daily now is going to help you with life after sport, like knowing how to work and working towards a goal, knowing that it's not promised to you, but if you keep working, 9 times out of 10 it's going to work out for you. um so just the resilience, just connecting the dots with life and sport, because that's what I mean kids like, especially high schoolers and young
Yes.
kids now need. It's more, they think it's all physical, and I'm like, bro, I learned, like I said with Tony, it's mental. Like he as he says, keep it simple, stupid. It's like, yeah. So it's like getting kids to connect, like not only is it physical, like yeah, it's physical, but it's also mental. But like if I'm not A+ in the physical and I'm an A+ in the mental, it all balances out at the end of the day. Because I could have a genetic freak in here, but as soon as he makes one wrong misstep in a run, he goes to shit. And you're like,
Yeah.
no, like, but
Mhm.
it's one wrong step. You're okay. Like
Yes.
we try to perfect it, but if you have wrong step, don't let everything go down the drain. So,
Mhm.
like I said, the physical, like I said, I feel like and I know, like, I feel like I'm light years ahead of other trainers just
Mhm.
because of one, the results, but the curriculum, the data, everything that we do have. Um, but also working that mental side, just like making them connect that dot and really get the most out of them.
Yeah.
Because like once a, especially when a kid, like a high schooler, like especially a high school boy, when they finally like trust you, it's like, okay, I'll run through that wall. It gets to a point where you have to like butt heads with them
Mhm.
and then like prove to them why they should be listening to you. That's why I'm still working out. Like most of my older kids I work out with. Like if I don't have to really keep eyes on them, I'll do the workout with them just so one, they can see it, and two, that's what I was used to because I would see Tony. Once again, I would be 27 years old and I got this 35-year-old white man running with this shred mill, possibly killing me, not bending over,
Yeah.
coaching while he's running. I was like, and then I can't complain. I can't say, oh, you can't do it. I can't, oh, I'm all in. Not only is he coaching, not only is he correcting me, he's working out. He's in mid sweat. Like we had a joke in the gym, like, hey man, if it's 3rd and 5, I'll pick Tony 10 out of 10 times with him in the option route because he's going to win. He knows how to get open. He knows his footwork. So being able to see that, like see it
Uh-huh.
live, and then me not be able to do something, I'm like, I know I'm way more athletic than Tony, but it's the technical side of
For
it, the
sure.
mental aspect of it. And I was like, oh, so, and then I really even started thinking about it. Like I tell my kids this, like, your athleticism at a certain point is going to go away. At a certain point, we don't
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah.
I was like, think about it when you were playing like Tekken or like a fighting game and you did your special move. What happened to your power meter? They were like, it goes down.
Mhm.
I was like, so think about if you're constantly using your athleticism, you're just keep depleting it, you keep depleting it, you keep depleting it, you keep depleting it. I was like, instead, let's beat everyone with technique. Be everything with technique and then add your athleticism,
Yeah.
take you over the top.
For sure.
So now it's getting kids to understand, like, oh, and that's like I said, that's something that I saw. And like I said, being around Anquan Bolden, having like questions, I'm like, hey, I remember he changed like my whole world when I was like, hey man, I got a question for you. He was like, what's up? I was like, man, I feel like I'm getting open too fast. And he kind of chuckled at me. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, all right, for instance, like, let's say I got to come back, man, I'll run full speed, get all my route. Da-da-da. By the time I got out, the quarterback is still on this drop. And he was like, see, that's your problem. I was like, what? He goes, you're running full speed. I was like, well, that's what you taught. He goes, no. And it all made sense because if you ever worked out with Anquan and you see him run on the SHREDmill, it's a constant 10 miles an hour. He
Yeah.
doesn't go any higher, he doesn't go any lower. It's just a constant,
Yeah.
just run. Nice form, can turn over if he wanted to. It's nice and simple. And then when he told me, he goes, yeah, man, you should only run full speed until you get the ball in your hand. I was like, what? He goes, you should only run full speed when the ball's in your hand. Other than that, it's an illusion. And that's when Tony started bringing in game speed. That was 2015. So
Mhm.
like I am a product of I would be doing the drills. Like I know now. I even tell my kids now. You know how to push now. You know your gears 1 and 2. All right. There's breakdowns on the field of zones, of breakdowns of how many pushes you do to show speed. They're like, I'm like, bro, stand 7 yards off. Stand at 7 yards. I'm gonna give you a two-step push, and then you tell me what you do after I do a two-step push, and all of them back up. It's like that's showing speed. Now,
Um,
give me a push and then throw it in cruise control. What is cruise control? You already know how to run. So give me your cycle and then save gear 3 for when you need it. And you got gear 4 if you need it.
mhm.
Don't just blast out the gear 3 because now let's just think about your 5 second run on a SHREDmill on gear 3. How hard it is to hold that speed. Oh, coach, that's hard. Now think about
Yeah.
it in a game. Yeah, now we don't have resistance in a hill, but So it's really just connecting those dots. And I've been, like I said, I've been blessed just from the people I've known and the people I've seen, the Travis Kelce's, the Mark Ingrams. Like I said, you can even go like Janoris Jenkins that popped in his head, Cortland Sutton, Michael Thomas, Joey the
Mhm.
Bosa brothers,
Yeah,
uh, Laquan Treadwell. Like my uncle had me come in. Like I would come in when my uncle would train the receivers and be like, "Hey, if you can't look like him, then how you expect to go to the NFL? He plays in Canada."
yeah,
So being able to show them because I would be a little gym rat and just trying to perfect this. Because if I'm going to be good, so I'm going to be really good at it. So being in all those circles and being able to pull all that knowledge is now taking me tenfold. Like I'm doing drills that we were doing in 2014 that I just remember that Tony is teaching. Just
yeah.
I got stuff filmed on my phone from that time of just like, oh, okay, that's all right. There we go. Just connecting dots and
For,
everything. So
for sure.
being able to be, like I said, a little gym rat underneath them, and now kind of like branching off, and so I'm doing the same curriculum. I'm not doing anything different.
Yeah.
You'll see a drill here and there, or something that you come up in your head like,
Mhm.
oh, I might do that. And you might like it or you might not. But like I said, I keep it simple. Don't run away from the curriculum. Don't shy away from it.
For sure. It's like you have all of your overarching principles and anything that you learn that's maybe new, it's like, okay, you're applying it to the same curriculum, the same principles. I guess I think one of the best ways I think to talk training wise is like, so yeah, because everything you do such tremendous stuff from like the game speed side of things, and then you also have your shred mill. So it's like, how do you combine the two together within like a training session, for instance?
I just like Tony.
Yeah.
Monday is gears 1 and 2. Tuesday is change of direction footwork.
Hmm.
Wednesdays are off. Thursdays are gears 3 and 4. Fridays, if I have my football players, we do combine drills as far as learning how to get in a 40, short shuttle, L drill, but also that's a game speed day as well. So I take Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday's workout and put them on a Friday. I also have private sessions sprinkled in there. So let's just say a kid comes to me, hey, coach, I want to get fast. Okay, what do you mean by getting fast? Do you want to work on your first 10 yards? Do you want to work on your long speed? Do you want to work on your cycle? What are you working? Uh, I want to work on straight speed. All right, come to see me Monday and Thursdays. That's our speed days. All right. I've had a kid saying, hey, like I'm playing linebacker. I want to work coverage, transition, footwork, and learn how to get in 40 stance. Okay, to come Tuesday, Friday, because you
Yeah.
get Tuesday's footwork and you're going to get game speed, but the game speed might not make sense because you don't know speed. So once
Yeah.
they realize that, they're going to like, oh, I got to add my speed work to understand what I'm doing with my change of direction. So
Mhm.
then they'll kind of venture off. I see most of my kids 2 to 3 times a week. If I see a kid privately, it would be 2 to 3 times a month just
Got it.
because I tell my parents this isn't an overnight thing because I gotta rebuild the whole athlete, like rebuild everything that they're doing. So it's really like I said, the layout of Monday, Tuesday, you got your Thursday, and then you got your Friday.
For sure, for sure. That makes total sense. And it's like you're building, like you said, like the whole athlete, right? It's like you've got
Yeah,
like your linear speed, you've got your change direction, your game speed, and then if somebody wants additional work or wants some private work to work on one particular thing, they can come to you for that.
so you kind of like that's how I kind of like lay it out as far as my structure when parents
Mhm.
come to me, because as a trainer, like let's just say, okay, we try to do speed and footwork in a session. My
Mhm.
sessions are an hour and a half. Yours are what? How long?
Roughly, yeah, right around there too. Yeah.
15-minute warm up. So I'm down to a minute and 15, an hour and 15 minutes. I got 10 kids. So I'm thinking at each station, a kid's going to take at least a minute. If they're talking, 3 minutes because
Yeah,
they're just BSing.
for sure.
I don't have enough time. And then I'm a very detailed guy. Like you met me. Like I was
Mhm.
like, even I was asking Tony, I was like, hey, Tony, you don't take time to like work like mechanics? He goes, Kenny, I ain't got no time. I'm like, yeah, you're right, bro. You got like 6 weeks. So like
Uh-huh.
we got to get you fast now. But me, it's like I want my kids that not only like I don't tell my kids you'll never see how you look doing mechanics or anything unless I'm taking a video of you or like someone's like taking a picture. I
Mhm.
want you to feel it.
Yeah.
So stop trying to look down, do it, feel what I'm talking about. So from that standpoint, it's just really just getting them to understand like the feeling part, the mechanic
Yes.
part. And like I don't have enough time because then like, okay, Joey comes Monday and Thursday. So I can work like something here on Monday, but then on Thursday, what if a brand new person that comes in that's brand new that doesn't know something? And now we're like, okay. So like me trying to I try to do like I tried to do like a game speed and like sport, and then it's just like nope. Because at first I was training and didn't include the weight room until a point I was training my like I had like five softball girls
Hmm.
and they perfected everything, but we weren't getting faster. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm driving myself crazy, and I'm like, bingo, we got to introduce the weight room.
Yeah.
So now you even thinking about because now you're thinking, well, they're lifting at high school, so they should be getting. Now you know in high school they're really not. You got one coach to 40 kids. They're not teaching form. Kids are blowing their back out. I've had so many kids have slip disc, like just like, yeah, I got a pinched nerve, or I'm like, how deadlifting at school? I'm like, oh Lord. So now I had to even shift my focus to even spending time in the weight room and
For
come
sure.
SHREDmill with the weight room. So that's just me in the last 2 years of me
Uh-huh.
like really getting into the weight room perspective because I hated the weight room. I played receiver, bro. I would get in there. It's not something I didn't like it at all, but now I'm realizing you got to get the kids stronger in order to
Yeah.
get them faster. So then now I was doing like simple like things and I would add trap bars and jumps and all this. I would be very like okay. I reached out to some strength coaches trying to get that perfect blend and
Yeah.
then came down to XP for combine
Uh-huh.
and I'm like I got it now.
Yes.
But pretty much all I do now, Cam, is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday's workout. So I take half of Monday and Thursday's workout, half of it, included with SHREDmill runs on Monday and Thursday. We do that for 4 weeks, and then we do a 2 week deload, and then we do another 4 weeks, and then we do a 2 week deload.
Mhm.
So in those deload weeks, we're not in the weight room. We just focus on simple mechanics. So you
Yeah.
think about your lock and pop drills, your first step explosion, your sled pushes, your sled. We're doing all that to still supplement weight room. They don't realize it, but now we're working on strict mechanics for two
Mhm.
weeks. And then now we go back to where we're not so hard on mechanics, but now
Yeah.
we're getting stronger and faster in the weight room. I was like, oh, I did it. So I've been home for 2 months. When I
Uh-huh.
tell you my speeds and like 5 into 10 on my kids have dropped significantly. Like, and I'm like, oh, you got it. I went and got two OVRs. I make sure bar speeds are over this, bands are this. We
Uh-huh.
keep it simple. Like I said, 4 reps, 4 to 3 reps at each category, just to make sure they're seeing it. And then they're so excited to come to the deload, and then they're dead during the deload. They're like, man, we like better when we're lifting. I'm like, yeah. You spend 50 minutes on straight mechanics and then try to
Uh-huh.
run the last 30, you're going to be cooked. So now just being able now like I said going down there for
Uh-huh.
combine I'm like you were close but now you oh you got it now it's
Yeah.
okay let's just implement this and let's just keep moving forward in the sense now so now like I'll like Monday and Thursdays we do the home runs we do wall drill we'll do a 30-yard stride out gear to SHREDmill. That'll be your station. So pretty much, they're running our mechanics days would be a Monday and Thursday without lifting at XPE. a loaded week where we're lifting would be a combined of a workout at XPE and a Monday or Thursday weight room
Mhm.
activity. So pretty much I would go, so this would be something I would do. I would go ISO trap bar with the ISO jump. Then I would go banded triple jump. Then I would go sled bound, SHREDmill bound, 4 rounds. Then we would go banded trap bar with accelerated band jumps, but I'll go, let's go split jumps this time. So alternating legs. Go to that. Then I would go to gear 2 wall drill, gear 2 SHREDmill, 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Then you would hit your auxiliary. Okay, now we're gonna go dumbbell dumbbell jumps with add something else there, add something else there. Now we're gonna now instead of hitting SHREDmill, let's just hit some ground runs with our hands above our head. Oh, you guys are feeling good? Try to hit some 5 into 10s because now we've been working that accelerator.
Yeah,
So now apply it to the ground.
for sure.
That would be that day.
Mhm.
So it's just like they're like, oh, and now with the OVRs, now they're chasing bar speed instead of just chasing weight. We started off with 25 pounds with bands. Hey, make sure every rep is over point.